The 2026 Formula One regulations were designed to create a new era of competition, but before the season has even begun, they have sparked a new technical arms race. During the second week of preseason testing in Bahrain, Ferrari unveiled a radical interpretation of the new active aerodynamics rules that has sent shockwaves through the paddock. While testing is notoriously difficult to read, the appearance of a rear wing on the SF26 that flips completely upside down on the straights is a clear statement of intent from Maranello. This was not a glitch or a failure. It was a calculated and audacious piece of engineering that showcases a deep and aggressive reading of the new rulebook. The mechanism was first spotted on Lewis Hamilton's car on the morning of the second day of the test. As he activated the low drag mode on the main straight, the entire top element of the rear wing performed a 180-degree rotation. The inverted IBM logo on the flap was the undeniable proof that this was a deliberate design. The footage quickly spread, with the official Formula One social media accounts highlighting the eye-catching piece of engineering. On the Sky Sports broadcast, the innovation was met with a mixture of surprise and admiration. Lead commentator David Croft was audibly excited, calling it a very exciting and another great little development. Technical expert Sam Collins initially believed it to be a failure before realizing the ingenuity of the design. He pointed out that the regulations do not specify that the wing has to be mounted the right way up when active aero is deployed, a loophole Ferrari has clearly exploited. This interpretation is the core of the innovation. The 2026 rules replace the simple drag reduction system with a more complex active aerodynamic system, allowing drivers to switch between a high downforce cornering mode and a low drag straight mode. While the rules dictate a maximum transition time of 400 milliseconds, they are less precise on the method. The key phrase is that the wing must achieve a decrease in incidence, with no maximum angle of rotation specified. By flipping the wing, Ferrari is not just reducing drag, but potentially generating a small amount of lift, which helps to stall the airflow over the diffuser and further slash the car's overall resistance. This flip wing is not a standalone gadget. It appears to be the culmination of a two-part aerodynamic strategy. On the first day of testing, a new, intricate winglet was spotted on the Ferrari, mounted just ahead of the exhaust and structurally linked to the diffuser. Former Ferrari strategist Ruth Buscum was full of praise for this initial development, calling the detail on the diffuser absolutely beautiful. She highlighted how the team had found a clever solution to connect the winglet to the diffuser, helping to keep the rear of the car planted. This lower winglet is designed to generate immense downforce at slow speeds, providing crucial grip in tight corners. However, this level of downforce inevitably creates drag. This is where the second part of the plan comes in. Former driver and analyst Anthony Davidson theorized that the two innovations are intrinsically linked. He suggested that the flip wing's extreme drag reduction is designed specifically to counteract the drag created by the powerful diffuser setup. Maybe this rear wing mitigates the losses from the extra drag of the brilliant diffuser on the Ferrari, he mused. Maybe that's the reason they are hunting for this extra decrease in drag. This suggests a highly integrated, symbiotic design philosophy. Ferrari has seemingly accepted a high-drag, high-downforce setup for cornering, confident that their radical flip wing can more than compensate for it on the straights. It's a holistic approach that sets them apart from their rivals, who have so far shown more conventional solutions. This aggressive innovation strategy is backed by a solid and reliable preseason performance. While testing lap times should be taken with a grain of salt, reliability is a much clearer indicator of a team's preparation. In the first week of the Bahrain test, Ferrari completed an impressive 420 laps and was the only team to do so with a single power unit, a strong endorsement of the engine's durability. The mood within the team is palpably positive. Lewis Hamilton, in his first year with the Scuderia, has said he is in a much better place, and team principal Fred Vasseur has expressed his satisfaction with the car's trouble-free running. The political chess game has already begun behind the scenes. While no team has lodged a formal complaint, every rival technical director will have their aerodynamicists working overtime to analyze the Ferrari design. High-resolution photographs taken by dedicated trackside photographers are sent back to team factories in near real time for analysis and computational fluid dynamics simulations. Rivals will be poring over every clause of Article 3.10.10, searching for any ambiguity that could render the design illegal. Ferrari will have almost certainly consulted with the FIA's technical department throughout the development process to ensure their interpretation of the rules was sound, a standard practice to avoid disqualification. Nevertheless, this won't deter competitors from seeking an angle to protest if they feel the wing provides an unfair advantage. This is the perpetual cat and mouse game that defines the technical side of Formula One. In conclusion, while it is far too early to make definitive judgments about the 2026 pecking order, Ferrari has thrown down the gauntlet. They have showcased a highly integrated and deeply intelligent aerodynamic philosophy that demonstrates a masterful understanding of the new regulations. The synergy between the downforce-generating exhaust winglet and the drag-shedding flipwing is a testament to a holistic design approach that is both aggressive and sophisticated. The primary hurdle is now reliability. The system must prove it can withstand the immense forces of a full race distance. If Ferrari can resolve the initial teething problems, they will possess a formidable weapon. The rest of the paddock is now on notice. Maranello is thinking outside the box, pushing the technical boundaries, and has produced a car that appears to have a very high performance ceiling. The 2026 season may not have started, but the war for technical supremacy is already raging, and Ferrari has fired the first and most spectacular shot. The strategic implications of this design philosophy are profound. If Ferrari can perfect the reliability of the flipwing, it could force a fundamental rethink in how other teams approach their aerodynamic development. A car that can be so drastically different on the straights compared to the corners presents a unique challenge. It could be exceptionally powerful on circuits with long straights like Monza or Spa-Francorchamps, while potentially not sacrificing cornering performance. This could make the Ferrari a formidable all-rounder, a car with no obvious weaknesses. It also puts immense pressure on rival engine manufacturers. The more efficient a car is aerodynamically, the less power is required to achieve a certain top speed, which in turn can allow for different engine modes to be used, saving fuel or reducing stress on components. The intricate dance between aerodynamics and power unit performance is at the heart of modern Formula One, and Ferrari's latest innovation is a bold move in this complex choreography. Of course, pushing the boundaries this far comes with significant risk. The flipwing is still very much an experimental concept. After only 5 laps running the device, Hamilton's car suffered an issue that confined him to the garage for a large part of the morning session. This highlights the immense challenge of ensuring such a complex mechanism is reliable enough for the rigors of a Grand Prix. The forces involved in rotating a wing at over 300 kilometers per hour are enormous, and the system must be robust enough to function flawlessly thousands of times over a season. Ferrari is playing a high-risk, high-reward game, but in this new era of Formula One, such gambles may be necessary to secure a decisive advantage. The history of Formula One is filled with examples of teams finding a silver bullet by exploiting loopholes in the regulations. From the Williams active suspension and Mercedes' own dual-axis steering system, the sport has always rewarded this kind of lateral thinking. Ferrari's flipwing is the latest chapter in this story, a testament to the relentless ingenuity of F1 engineers. The legality of the design will undoubtedly be scrutinized by rivals. It appears to hinge on the specific wording of Article 3.10.10 of the technical regulations, which is more permissive for the low-drag straight mode than for the default cornering configuration. As long as the wing transitions from a legal high downforce position to a lower drag state within the 400 millisecond time limit, the method used is open to interpretation. Ferrari's single, fluid rotation is an elegant mechanical solution. However, the reliability issues seen in testing show that the concept is far from proven. The next few days will be critical in determining whether this is a true game changer or a clever idea that is too fragile for the battlefield of a Grand Prix. The shift from the drag reduction system to full active aerodynamics is a fundamental change in how F1 cars will be raced and set up. The old system was a tactical tool for overtaking, whereas the new system is a strategic tool for optimizing performance over an entire lap. This creates a new dimension of complexity for drivers and a new frontier for engineers to exploit. Ferrari's radical approach, prioritizing the largest possible delta between cornering grip and straight-line speed, is a bold statement of their intent to master this new challenge. The brilliance of the supporting exhaust winglet lies in its structural integrity. By physically connecting it to the diffuser, Ferrari has created a more rigid and stable aerodynamic platform. Unwanted flex is a major source of inconsistency in F1, and by bracing this lower winglet, Ferrari ensures a predictable and reliable source of downforce. This is not a simple bolt-on part that rivals can easily copy. Its mounting points are likely integrated deep within the car's rear-end architecture, including the gearbox casing and rear crash structure. Replicating it would require a complete redesign of the rear of the car, a monumental task for any team mid-season.